heading towards Christmas. Houses and streets were covered in lights. Trees sat proudly in living rooms and town centres, and Christmas markets were full of cheer and the smells of cinnamon and mulled wine.
But there is something else about Christmas that every excited boy and girl loved to visit: Santa's grotto. A thing of true wonder, with elves waiting to lead people through to the big man himself.
Once there, children would joyfully explain what they hoped they would get this year and promise that they had been good. It was no different for Lad. He loved seeing Father Christmas, and one day he came home from school, a big smile on his face, and declared,
Never guess what, Dad? I got 10 out of 10 in my spelling test.
"Well done, kiddo, good job."
A few days passed, and Dad also got a note from the school to say how pleased they were with Lad's behaviour. Surely that deserved a special treat.
That evening, after work, Dad said to his bestest little pal, "Lad, for doing so well at school and for your good behaviour, we're going to see Santa."
What? Isn't that planned?
"Not today, Buster. Santa has come to visit us instead. He's in town, so grab your coat and let's get going."
Town was busy, but there was a big sleigh, reindeer, Santa's workshop, lots of lights and elves everywhere. But there was also a really long queue. Dad and Lad stood in line as the giant conga of people snaked around barriers as it made its way to the workshop door and the good stuff that lay behind it.
As they waited, Dad and Lad discussed what cool stuff they could do together over the Christmas holidays: build Lego, play games, bake cakes, dog walks, and anything else they loved doing when spending time with each other. Then Dad asked the question, "So, Lad, what do you want for Christmas?"
Not sure really, Dad. I'll be happy with anything I get, as long as it's not a piece of coal, as that would mean I have been on Santa's naughty list.
"I have a feeling you might be just fine."
Anyway, what do you want, Dad?
"Well, I brought my list with me, and look! It has a camper van, a Ferrari, a holiday in Disney World, a Lego,
Whoa, Dad! That is a lot of stuff, and I really don't think Santa could fit all that on his sleigh. You are really silly sometimes, Dad."
The big mate, little mate pair continued to wait their turn, and they even joined in with a few Christmas carols, which were being sung by a local school choir, who were trying to raise money for their nativity play costumes.
Finally, it was Dad and Lad's turn to step through the door. Only this visit would be one they would never remember. Well, not all the details anyway, and for a good reason.
The pair got closer and closer to the room in which everyone's favourite bearded man would be sat, as they looked at all the decorations around them, which lined their path to Santa.
It was finally time. It was finally the moment they had been waiting for, only it was not the greeting that they had expected.
"Hurry up, you two! In you come! I have a rather numb bottom, having been sat here waiting for you both to arrive. Elvis, close the door, please."
With the door closed and only Dad, Lad, and Santa in the room, the great man told the pair that he needed their assistance to help save two children's Christmas, as they had lost their festive cheer. But two of Santa's elves were poorly and needed to return to Lapland to rest and recover. But there was a problem.
The children were a boy called William and a girl called Bella. No issue so far, right?
Nope, no issue.
The issue was that the poorly elves were called Eric and Erica.
After stating that, of course they would help Santa, whatever the cost or humiliation. With a sprinkle of magic dust on the reindeer, the sleigh shot off into the sky with its destination, the home of Christmas.
When they arrived, Dad and Lad were given a crash course of their roles and their elf uniforms. The job was simple: put smiles on the children's faces and restore their festive cheer. That's all Dad and Lad remember.
When they woke, they were sat on the shelf. Dad looked at Lad, and Lad looked at Dad before they both burst out laughing.
Lad, you look so funny.
Not as funny as you, Dad. You even have hair. Look.
Ah, wow! It does look good though. But I guess I must be Erica then.
Hey, wait, does that mean I now call you Mum and not Dad anymore?
Shh, I can hear the children.
Santa wasn't joking when he said the children had lost their Christmas spirit. They looked so sad. Bella looked at Erica and just shrugged her shoulders and sulked off into the kitchen.
William took one look at Eric and said, "Stupid elf." Dad and Lad, or should we say Erica and Eric, had to think of a plan, and fast. Time was running out. It would soon be Christmas. With William and Bella at school, the elves got their thinking caps on and devised a plan.
Night time fell, and with the children asleep, the house was calm and peaceful. It was time for Erica and Eric to get to work.
On their very first night, the elves decided to test their theory a little by simply throwing toilet roll all over the Christmas tree and replacing the angel with an empty loo roll tube with a silly face on that Eric had drawn.
In the morning, the children came downstairs looking at the elves sat on the shelf. Only they weren't there. It was William who noticed it first. Hey, what happened to our tree? He said.
With his sister Bella chipping in with, "That's a funny looking angel. And why is Erica and Eric asleep under the tree?" There was a hint of a smile on the children's faces, a spark in their eyes. Erica and Eric were on to something.
Night after night, the elves would do something silly, including they made snow angels on the floor, had a sack race in a bin bag, played Jenga, Erica turned Eric into a mummy. They even did some yoga with the teddy bears.
Every day that passed, the children got happier. Their moods changed, and with it, the house started to sparkle once more.
It was a good job too, because now it's December the 23rd and time had run out for Dad and Lad's secret Santa mission. This would be the last night. It was all or nothing. They had to finish off with a bang. Well, not literally, but they did have a party.
Everyone was invited. Teddies, the angel, decorations, and even a snowman called Sid. Although, the longer the evening went on, the poor frosty fellow seemed to just melt away. The party was a blast, with disco lights, karaoke, and lots of dancing. When it was over, and the sun began to rise, everyone was exhausted from all the fun, and had fallen asleep by the Christmas tree. The place was a mess.
When William and Bella awoke, The excited children raced down the stairs to see what mischief their elves had been up to whilst they slept. Their laughter and giggles woke up their parents, who came to investigate the source of their children's happiness. They walked into the room.
"Oh my goodness!" they said at the sight of the devastation before them.
The children just danced around the room, beaming smiles on their faces. Their Christmas spirit was back, baby, as they asked their smart speaker to play Christmas songs. Erica and Eric's job was complete. The children were so happy as they placed their elves back on the shelf one last time.
Night began to fall, Christmas songs still playing, as the family got into their matching festive pyjamas, and soon it was time for bed. At some point there was a sound of hooves on the roof, then footsteps and a shuffling noise coming down the chimney. It was Santa!
Yippee!
After placing William and Bella's presents under the tree, the big, jolly man turned to Erica and Eric and said, "Good job, boys. You saved this family's Christmas. So as a reward, you can come and ride on the sleigh with me for a while, before I drop you home. I have still got a lot of places to visit."
Dad and Lad loved their mystery tour with Rudolph lighting the way ahead with his bright red nose. But sadly, their fun had to come to an end, and before long they were back home, tucked up in bed and sound asleep.
Christmas morning arrived, and Dad and Lad rushed down the stairs to see if Santa had been. And whilst Dad didn't get his camper van that he asked for, both Dad and Lad were very happy with what they got, and that it wasn't a piece of coal. It was at that moment Dad turned to Lad and said, "Do you know what, Lad? I had the weirdest dream."
Lad replied, "So did I, actually. We were elves. It was so funny. Happy Christmas, Dad."
Happy Christmas, lads.
Happy Christmas, boys and
girls.
girls. Have a good one.